This is part 2 of going through every member of the president's cabinet and talking to you about their role. And we are going through the series in line of succession, and we are starting with the Secretary of State. So first, let's go through what the Secretary of State does. This person is the president's chief foreign affairs advisor. The secretary carries out the president's foreign policies through the State Department and the Foreign Service of the United States. A big part of their job is negotiations. So they negotiate certain treaties and arrangements with foreign nations. They take care of passports, citizenship, our embassies overseas. They protect American citizens and our property that are abroad. And of course, informs Congress on everything going on in the world. They are often called to speak in congressional hearings. So recently, Trump chose Elise Stefanik, I think is how you say her name, to serve as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. So the Secretary of State would be above this person's role. They are in charge of all the ambassadors. And of course, keep in mind, all of these roles have to be confirmed by the Senate. The Louisiana Purchase is one of the most historical agreements a Secretary of State has ever negotiated. James Monroe was Secretary at the time and negotiated this deal to very much expand the United States. Hillary Clinton is one of the most famous Secretary of States in recent times, at least, for her use of sending classified information through email, allegedly, of course. And here's a little fun fact for you. 6 people who were previous Secretary of States later went on to become president. So considering that we have 47 presidents now, that is very good odds, I would say, for whoever's going to be in that role to later become president. The current Secretary of State is Blinken, and recently it was just announced that he is actually heading to Europe for urgent talks about Ukraine after Trump was elected president. Some people actually criticize him for potentially starting the Ukraine war after tearing up a peace agreement that Ukraine and Russia had. Mike Pompeo was Trump's previous Secretary of State, and he is responsible for telling Trump not to release the JFK records. And there are many other things that people criticize him for. After the election, many people voiced their concern about Trump potentially appointing him again. And it seems like he heard everyone loud and clear because he posted saying that Mike Pompeo will not join the Trump administration. Getting back to it, of course, this is a very important role. This person is basically the face of our nation all across the world. Now, Polymart expects that Marco Rubio is going to be appointed by Trump for Secretary of State. A lot of people talked about Vivek for this role as well, but honestly, I don't think his qualifications really match this role. But as always, let me know your thoughts about this. Who would you like to see in this role? And make sure you're following me for more.